Hey guys, welcome to the mountains of North Carolina. This is an incredible mountain home. You're gonna love this tour. When we look at the home from the mountainside, we can see that the fireplace chase goes all the way up over both stories. And boy, it does look impressive. We have a mixture of two different wall finishes on this home, an 8-inch lap siding with a hand-hewn finish, as well as cedar shakes. The corners are a 12-inch timber, and all the trim and casings, those are extra thick. We have a variety of colors on this home. The base wall color is Sashco Log and Timber Brown Tone Medium, and we've gone to brown tone dark on the trim, corners, as well as the railings and support posts. We can see for miles, and the homeowner is pointing out to me that there's a peak over there that's actually located all the way over in Virginia. And we can see some storm clouds rolling in, so we should see quite a bit of variety in the day. Now, what's great about the mountains is that usually the weather doesn't stick around for very long. On the front side of the home, we've continued with the same application of cedar shakes in that upper gable. I can now really appreciate that timber accent truss, which we could see from inside thanks to the windows up there. The mountain side of the home had this same top and bottom rail, but this time we've used a 3x3 pine spindle with a tenoned end going into those rails. Offers a whole different aesthetic. And now take a look at this decking. So this is a maintenance-free decking, and continuing with that theme of accenting, we've got some darker boards accenting the rest of the deck walking surface. This is an incredible great room. It's 20 feet wide, which leaves us plenty of space on each side of the great room to walk out to the deck where we can take in those incredible views. Now let's jump back to this fireplace just for a moment. So all this stone, the log mantle, the fireplace, this was provided by Golden Eagle. And you can really tell when you've got this huge 12-inch mantle with the hand peeling that we provide, and it ties in so well with the stain colors. Now let's reflect on those stain colors. We've got this spice brown accenting our very traditional Springbrook. And then when we incorporate it into timber homes, we can accent that ceiling finish with a little darker stain on the timbers. This is certainly a timber home. You can tell when you look through this space. We've got two incredible timber accents, and then also this grand fan. This is huge. Now, most homes, it would be too big, but a home like this is perfect for the space, given all the volume that we have with these cathedral ceilings. We have 3 pendant lights hanging down from this custom-made light fixture. This is that same material from Golden Eagle with a hand-hewn finish. Now, when you think of the size of beams, I've already talked about 12-inch over on the mantle. That's an 8x8, and those trusses are 8x8 as well. Both of those sizes are uncommonly large. A lot of people are doing 6-inch material, so it's just really great, and everything scales well in this house. We're even tying that material into a bit of an accent on this stone range hood. Now the range hood, this is perfect for a home like this because it has that heavy aesthetic. It's rugged, masculine, perfect for a mountain home like this. And when you have a mountain home, you know you're spending some money because that's an incredible view, a multi-million-dollar view. So of course you're gonna have Sub-Zero and Wolf appliances, a Cove dishwasher. This is incredible. It's a 36-inch gas cooktop, an electric stove. We even have the pot filler above. And there is so much detail in this backsplash. I just love that. It's got a little bit more of a weathered aesthetic. You know, perfect when you've got elements like the stone and the hand hewing that we have in this kitchen. In a house like this, rustic hickory is a perfect selection. It's a rustic species, but there's also so much variability in the wood grain. We can see that with great contrast in the knots, and then even the different parts of the wood, the harder parts, the softer parts, they pick up different colors, and that adds a lot of great visual interest. This is an incredible sink. A lot of people love apron front farmhouse sinks. And this makes it even better. This is a granite composite. Here's what I love about that. That is solid and it's ultra durable. There's a lot of cooking over there on that gas cooktop with cast iron. And knowing that, that's why granite composite was selected. This will last a lifetime. Now, a common question is, it's a dark finish. Will it ever fade? This is ultra resilient. We have had homeowners that have been building multiple Golden Eagles with us for over 25 years, about 30 years, and they keep putting these sinks in their homes. They love them, so that's great. Now, just because that's black and the hardware and other accents are black doesn't mean you need to do black on everything. There's a rubbed bronze on those pendant lights. We also have Delta's Venetian bronze on this faucet as well. And there's more than what just meets the eye. This faucet, in fact, is a touch faucet. That is so convenient if you're cooking with chicken or anything of the sort where your hands are messy and you're gonna frequently have to keep washing them. You can just simply turn that on. If I didn't have sleeves, I could certainly just use my elbow. Most people think that they've gotta have a window in the kitchen, and I agree, you do. But a lot of people are considering, I wanna be able to see my visitors as they approach, or the grandkids playing out in the yard. But here's why it's a must-have. While yes, this home does have a professional series hood liner inside this stone hood, we can get so much great ventilation by opening up these windows, and then also those two sliding patio door units over there, and get really good ventilation through the house. Even if you don't need it, on a beautiful fall day like today, it's just so nice to feel that breeze. We work our way through the rest of the kitchen, and we've got, of course, the Cove dishwasher unit. For those of you who don't know, Cove is tied with Sub-Zero and Wolf. They are all the same company. And this is a 36-inch Sub-Zero refrigerator. Sub-Zero comes with a price tag, but here's the great thing. Sub-Zero will last a very, very long time. Compare that to your traditional refrigerator. That, unfortunately, you may have to replace every 10 years. Sub-Zero has been known to last 30 plus years. Really nice, and it looks so good. Here's one more thing I love about Sub-Zero, and this is why I think you should put a professional series refrigerator in your home. They have a taller overall height. It brings them up to about 7 feet. Just look at this space. We're at 19 feet to the ridge. There is a tremendous amount of volume. Your eye is being drawn up. And we're able to effectively capture that with a taller refrigerator and then the cabinetry that is above the refrigerator. And you see those windows up in that upper gable and the timber truss that's beyond it, that accenting truss just captures your attention and you get some beautiful light pouring in. I just think that is a great detail. And also consider this. How else would you decorate that space? You might as well put some incredible windows up there. All right, we are at the island. Have you noticed the height difference between the island and the regular countertop? So this is 36 inches approximately for this height, and this brings you up to about bar height, 42 inches. This made a lot of sense for our homeowners because one of them is much taller than average. So this was a much more convenient working space for them. We also are then able to incorporate an extra drawer in here, and we've of course have much more usable space in these cabinets. We've created an accent color, and that was intentionally done so that the richness in this color pulls into the richness that you see in the darker areas of the hickory wood species. I just think that's brilliant. We also have a contrasting countertop. This is a conversation piece. Look at all the intricate artwork that is in this. I call it artwork because it is a piece of art, but of course it is nature's beautiful art, and it is absolutely amazing. We've got such a great variety of colors, dark, rich copper tones. We've even got some creams as well as greens. It's just gorgeous, the movement and the veining that we see here. Now, I love it when kitchens have two sinks, because while the most common area to gather in the kitchen is the refrigerator, the common area that someone's gonna stand at for an extended period of time is the sink. So if you can have a second sink, it helps relieve congestion. That's why this bar prep sink makes a lot of sense. This is also a touch faucet, just like the other one. And then we've got a special faucet right next to it. This is an Insta Hot. That is steaming hot water. Look at that. That is so great. Now imagine you are about to go for a hike out in the mountains and you want to fill up your water bottle. We can fill it up with ultra pure water in this case, so that is just a lukewarm temperature and it has been gone through extra filtration. I just think that's really convenient. You can see we've got a pull-out microwave drawer. In previous home tours, we've talked about how great those drawers are. But just to recap, it's really convenient because you can see the items that you're putting into the drawer right here. You don't have to lift them up above you. Now, from a designer's perspective, I love that we've eliminated that from the sight line in the upper cabinets. That is my favorite. We are in the Octagon room. This would commonly be used for a round dining room table, but these clients rethought how they'd use this space. And they thought this would be a great little lounge space where we can take in the view, enjoy your coffee, and it's very intentional. It's a purposeful space. The homeowners have 2 dogs and a cat. The dogs in particular love jumping up on that bench and looking out these windows. There is so much great wildlife to see. There are bear, there's even a deer over there right now. So that's it's just incredible being here. Not only do you have the view, but you are just in the middle of a nature paradise. And that's why it's perfect that we have the windows in this space as well as that great feature wall. This room will attract shoes, jackets, and a lot of miscellaneous items, which is why it's so convenient that we've got a door here to close it off. Also, when that washer and dryer is running and you're on that final cycle of the dryer, you're gonna be glad that you have that door as well. There is plenty of cabinetry in this space and really good storage. It is terrific overflow. Just beyond this space is a 30 by 30 garage. Let's work our way over. You're gonna love the master bedroom. Let's head on in. Now take a look at this. Of course, with that incredible view, we have plenty of windows just over here on the wall and also a private screen covered porch. This is just a wonderful way to wake up in the morning and enjoy the fresh air. This is quite a master bedroom. There's plenty of space in here, enough for a king size bed. We're continuing with those prairie style grids, and I just appreciate how easily these blinds all come down. These are light blocking blinds. That's really convenient. We even have that on this patio door as well. This is a 1x6 double bevel trim and it's pre-finished. Now something that you don't want to underestimate is that all these ceiling finishes and the wood wall finishes, those are pre-finished as well. And to make it even better, this tongue and groove is end matched. It makes it really easy for installation and it's such a high quality that all your boards will be straight, and it makes everything go so much more efficiently and there's less waste factor. Not only making the build process go faster, but also reducing costs. And before we get too far, since I already talked about the screen porch, let's make our way this way. We've got great access to the rest of the deck with the screen porch just over there. And then all of our seating is placed oriented toward the view. I even love this extra large cozy porch swing. This is great. I could just see curling up on here reading a book. And of course, this is the spot to enjoy your morning coffee. While we're outside, let's admire these windows and doors, the trim and the siding. This is Golden Eagle signature hand-hewn finish on our 8-inch beveled lap siding. And then we also have this massive trim. This is the same white pine material, just stained a different color. This stain is provided by Sashco. It's their log and timber product line. And this is great how they accent each other. We're doing a lot of black accents throughout this home as well, so we see that with the black windows and doors. These are Pella's black Impervia windows. This is their fiberglass series. That's extra durable. And these windows feature those prairie grids with the simulated divided lights. Let's head back inside. You're gonna wanna see this master bathroom. This is a massive tile shower. You've gotta see this. We have great symmetry with ceiling mounted shower heads on each side, even the benches below, and then we've got controls for each of those shower heads. And another surprise just around the corner is there's a wall mounted hand wash. So that allows you to wash down the rest of the shower. What's great about this one is that it's adjustable along this slide bar, and that's not an ordinary slide bar. It is also ADA compliant, so it makes for a grab bar as well. You need proper ventilation in a bathroom. And this extra large shower with both of these shower heads can produce a lot of steam, which is why there are 2 ceiling mounted fans, but you don't see them. That's because they're integrated into the can lights. I think that's brilliant, and it really cleans up the aesthetic of the ceiling. Now let's look over here at the vanity. We've got an extra large continuous top, and the backsplash itself is integrated into the top, eliminating any seams, making it very easy to keep clean. These are 8-inch center faucets, so we've got that extra wide spread. It makes it easier to clean around those as well. I also think it carries a premium aesthetic. It's in that Venetian bronze finish. You're gonna see the mixture of Venetian bronze with black throughout the space. Both of those finishes pair so well together. We see that too with the poles being black. We're carrying through some of that industrial aesthetic. I really like what was done with the bowls. So these are also, just like that backsplash was integrated into the top, the bowls are too. There's no seam that you have to clean under. I just think that is awesome. Look at all of the storage in this bathroom. We even have this center cabinet as well. And the storage continues behind me. We've got closets on each side over here with built-in shelves. It's great for that overflow of linens and soaps. These are hickory cabinets with a shaker style door. And to make it even better, not only do we have a hardwood species, but this is finished with a premium quality stain and sealer. So these are gonna be ultra durable for the long run, and they're gonna be easy to clean. With that high quality finish, that makes it easy, but we also have slab drawer fronts. Now when you look at the styling of these cabinets, these are standard overlay cabinets where the drawer reveals a bit more of the frame as opposed to a full overlay cabinet, which we'll see in the kitchen. There is a private toilet room just over here and another closet as well. There is plenty of storage in this home. Each of these closets are 2 feet deep, and then the remainder of this space is another closet. We also have that on the other side as well. Each are covered with this big barn door. So this is a 36-inch barn door, 7 feet tall, on this powder-coated black finish track. That just looks great. It's a nice contrast to see the powder coat finish with the sheen that we have on the door. Got a big X pattern. This is a rustic alder wood species, yet it's finished in the same stain color as the rest of the doors in the house. The rustic alder carries through some unique attributes with the knots that we see, and then we also have some great vertical planking, adding additional interest. As we work our way down the stairs, there's an intermediate landing. We could head this direction or the other. There are 3 bedrooms down here, a full bathroom, an office, this living room area, and of course the mechanicals. Now, this is a whole new perspective for the view. We're really gonna appreciate this. I just love it. We also have the electric fireplace. This living room is so cozy. Now we've introduced something new down into this space. Rather than just drywall on the walls, there's a wainscoting applied. So this is the same color that was being used on the ceilings. The ceiling though had an 8-inch plank. This has a 4-inch plank. It's still an 8-inch board. We just have simulated that middle plank there. We also have then this 6-inch chair rail. The 6-inch double bevel is what was being used around the window trim, and we're also seeing it on the baseboard throughout the entire home. Let's work our way over here to the office. We've got multiple views to look out. Just wonderful with the wildlife, being that we're down here at ground level. This is beautiful, custom built office furniture. Just love the incorporation of walnut once again, like we had up in the dining room table. We're seeing a lot of selections where the wood grain has contrast in it. A lot of variability, which walnut certainly does. Really nice book display just over here as well. Now, if we were to head down this hall and take a left, we've got the mechanicals. On the other side is the bedroom, but I want to show you the bathroom. This is incredible. Who would ever think that this would be in the basement? Because we've got a drop-in tub, tile surround. Look how easy it would be to get into that tub thanks to that step. It also adds a lot more visual interest. And take a look at that grout. The accent with the grout, of course, incorporates the tub color, that biscuit color, just a bit of an off-white, and even a unique placement of the tub filler there. There are 3 very distinctive tiles in this bathroom, and they all play so well off of each other. I love this hexagonal tile, and it's simulating wood grain texture, very vintage in its aesthetic with the incorporation of white. As we head into this tile shower, we're very linear in the planking, and then we also have more of a river rock at the base. That is wonderful. It's oftentimes tempting to put all the best selections in the master bathroom. Those have been carried down here as well. We've got the integrated bowl and backsplash with the double sinks, 8-inch widespread faucets, and the same selection that was on the kitchen island was brought down here as well. It's a good continuation of that color. Let's head on over to another bedroom that we have just around the corner. There are 2 over here, another closet. A unique theme, one that we don't necessarily highlight as we walk around the home, is that all of these spaces, like underneath the stair, even on the back side behind this door, there are closets in there making good use of the space. This bedroom over here has a wonderful view, and we also over here in the hallway have access over to the lower level deck. As we walk throughout this space, you may notice that the ceilings are extra tall. They're 10 feet in height. We also have these balusters. There's a pattern of 2 baskets, a single basket, back to the double, and then we also have the twist in this iron baluster. It's really nice to bring in that heavy duty metal aesthetic to that. Also these massive posts as we go up the stair, and notice the risers and the treads, the contrast there. Remember earlier in the tour I mentioned that that was a consistent theme throughout this home. We're seeing that again. The floor covering down here is a luxury vinyl planking, the same as what was upstairs. It looks like acacia, so it looks like real wood, but in fact it's just simulating real wood. As we walk out to this lower level deck, it feels like we're under a covered porch. This gives us a whole new perspective for the view. I'd say it's just as good of a view corridor as what we have above us. When we look at each of these posts, they have angled brackets up there, adding some nice style and detail. Now let's admire what's happening with this railing system. We have incorporated powder-coated aluminum spindles, which allows for our eyes to see right through them, not obstructing the view if you're sitting inside over at the couches. The top and bottom rail are a pine with edge worn applied to it. We've got those big, massive 8x8 newel posts, just like the support posts over here. Now this is really great. It wraps around, allowing us access over to the fire pit area. The fire pit has maintenance-free chairs, so those can stay out any time of the year. And here's what I really love about what's been done with the landscaping. There has been enough width placed in here so you can drive a truck all the way down. Gives you access around the property. Boy, this has sure been a great tour. I hope you enjoyed it. Comment below with your favorite ideas, and for more, follow this playlist.